Our other top story at 5, we're getting our first look at the woman now formally charged with stabbing a McDonald's manager to death.
Yes, this is the shocking story of how a McDonald's worker killed her own manager in cold blood, right outside the restaurant doors. Jennifer Harris, a 39-year-old single mother of 6, was just trying to do her job when she sent home a young employee for being disruptive. What she didn't know was that this employee had been posting violent threats online for months. Within minutes, that confrontation turned deadly. And the warning signs? They were everywhere. Cryptic social media posts, obsession with death, and videos that no one took seriously until it was far too late. Now, a family is left grieving, a community is stunned, and a fast food chain is asking how this could have been prevented. This is the tragic case of Jennifer Harris and the killer no one stopped. So what led to this shocking act of violence? According to the killer herself, it all started with a workplace dispute. But not just any dispute. Hello and welcome to Twisted Women. If you enjoy deep dives into true crime cases like this, hit the like button and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We post stories of crime and justice regularly, so tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now let's dive into this tragic story. In the following clip, you'll hear Afeni Mohammed, the 22-year-old employee accused of stabbing Jennifer Harris, speaking in her own words. Just hours after the murder, she claimed that Jennifer was a bully who had it coming.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny.
Afeni's words reveal a twisted mindset, one that had been building for months. But what she called bullying, others might call supervision. Jennifer was just doing her job, holding her staff accountable. The truth is, this wasn't an isolated meltdown. It was the final act in a storm that had been brewing for weeks, maybe even longer. The employee, Afeni Mohammed, wasn't just a troubled worker. She was a ticking time bomb. 23 years old, active on social media, and according to her own posts, fighting demons. Afeni had been working at McDonald's in Bedford, Ohio for several months. But from the very beginning, her behavior raised red flags. Co-workers described her as moody, defensive, and easily angered. She didn't take correction well. She talked back. She made threats under her breath. Some said she even carried a blade in her bag for protection. And as the weeks went by, her attitude only got worse. But what no one knew was that behind the counter, Afeni was documenting her inner chaos online. On her TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram, she posted rants about people messing with her. She filmed disturbing skits. One video showed her acting out a stabbing with fake blood, smiling at the camera. In another, she baked a cake she titled Death Wish, decorated in black and red. She called herself the villain and dared people to cross her. And yet, she kept showing up for work. There's no official record of prior arrests or convictions. But her posts tell the story of someone spiraling. Someone who believed the world was out to get her and that she had a right to fight back, violently if needed. Now let's talk about the victim, Jennifer Harris, a mother of 6, a hard-working 39-year-old woman who spent most of her adult life in fast food management, juggling long hours and endless stress to provide for her kids. To many of her co-workers, Jennifer was more than a manager. She was a mother figure. Firm, no nonsense, but always fair. She took her job seriously. She followed company policies, and she didn't tolerate disrespect. She had no criminal record, no history of violence. Her Facebook was filled with pictures of her children, birthday parties, school achievements, silly moments in the kitchen. She worked the night shift, the weekend shift, holidays, because her kids needed her to. But being a manager isn't just about running a store. It's about managing people, some of whom come to work with deep emotional wounds. And Afeni, she saw Jennifer not as a leader, but as an enemy. According to coworkers, Jennifer had recently written Afeni up for inappropriate behavior at work. She had been late, she had cursed at another employee, and on the day of the murder, Jennifer told Afeni to go home, that her behavior was unacceptable, and they'd talk about it the next day. For Jennifer, it was just another managerial decision. But for Afeni, it was personal. And what came next shocked an entire city. Jennifer didn't know Afeni had been watching her social media. Didn't know she was on camera just hours before the attack, calling her a bully. Didn't know that this wasn't just about discipline. It was about revenge. A deadly grudge had been growing quietly. And no one noticed. I'm pretty sure you're asking, why didn't she just fire her? Well, because in fast food management, it's never that simple. Co-workers reported that Jennifer had given Afeni multiple warnings. She had written her up, counseled her, and followed protocol. But terminating someone isn't just about attitude. It's about documentation, policies, and approval from higher-ups. In most McDonald's franchises, store-level managers don't have the final say on firings, especially if it's a corporate location. They follow a progressive discipline process: verbal warning, written warning, final notice, then termination. Jennifer may have been working through that process. Or, and this is the part that stings, she may have still believed Afeni could be redirected, that she could be helped. Because that's who Jennifer was. A woman who didn't just fire people, she tried to lift them up. The brutal murder happened just before 8 a.m. on July 10, 2025, at the McDonald's in East Point, Michigan. Afeni Mohammed, 26, had just been sent home by her manager, Jennifer Harris, after yet another clash over unprofessional conduct. Instead of walking away, Afeni did something chilling. She drove away, but returned minutes later, stepping through the employee entrance, wearing a mask, and carrying a kitchen knife over 3 inches long. Inside, chaos erupted. With terrifying speed, Afeni plunged the blade into 39-year-old Jennifer, stabbing her at least 15 times, many wounds concentrated in the chest, proof of shocking determination. A customer waiting at the drive-thru heard the violent struggle and, armed with a lethal weapon, fired a warning shot into the air, not to kill, but to stop the madness. That moment gave others crucial seconds. The customer pulled Afeni out of the store, detaining her gun drawn, until police arrived. Jennifer was rushed to the hospital, but her injuries were too severe. She never made it. Just hours after the murder, 30-year-old Afeni Mohammed was arrested and booked. And the very next day, she appeared before a judge at the 42-1 District Court in East Point, Michigan. Silent, shackled, and facing a charge that could lock her away for life. Let's take a look at how that arraignment played out.
Your name, please, ma'am?
Afeni Mohammed.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea. This matter set for a probable cause conference of the preliminary exam. I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
That day in court, Afeni Mohammed did not plead guilty. Instead, she entered a not guilty plea. When asked, she kept silent, letting her attorney handle the proceedings. Her lawyer detailed out factors like her abusive relationships and prior physical therapy lessons as factors to be considered.
Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually was taking some online classes for college for physical therapy. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life.
Afeni Mohammed was officially charged with first-degree murder. And during her arraignment, the judge denied her bond request, setting it at a staggering $25 million due to concerns that she posed a flight risk and a danger to the public. Her court-appointed attorney mentioned that Afeni had no prior convictions and had been seeking physiotherapy for trauma-related issues, subtly laying the groundwork for a possible mental health defense. This case reminds us how fast a workplace disagreement can turn deadly, and how warning signs, if ignored, can lead to irreversible tragedy. So what do you think? Was this murder preventable? Should someone have stepped in sooner? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real stories that expose the dark truth behind everyday lives, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. This is Twisted Women, where we uncover the crimes they pray you forget. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and stay watching.